this stump. It looks like it's been adorned with a couple rocks and this log. Kind of different. They're definitely active on the scene. Just found another like hole dug on the beach too, but didn't film it. Just kind of looking for something a little more significant. But starting off here, see what we can get. This is a really good glyph. It's made of some cottonwood, some other driftwood, human incorporation. Don't know if that rock is a piece of it, but I think that's really beautiful. Check out this glyph. Check out this creation with the string tied around it. Totally intriguing. You know, it makes me think Bigfoot. And then not only that, there's a bunch of other evidence right here, each side, near the swimming area that we're going to show you here. First of all, I thought this looked like it could have been the 2 feet, and then they dropped rocks all around it, around their feet. It's kind of what it looks like, but I don't see any toe impressions. But so there's that. There's all these little digs all along the beach that we're seeing stick across that one, which, you know, I don't really focus on those because it's dismissible. But then you got some other dig stuff out here. Another hole. I mean, they could be digging for these mussels. They're in here, and this is like gonna be a great food source for them. Something's eating the hell out of these because they're all over the beach. So there's that. Then over here you've got another glyph here, which is really significant and striking and stands out. And then there's all this stuff here with the bushes. I think that's Russian sage incorporated in here. And then the quartz crystals. Just looks like they were playing here. Like they were messing around and doing something until the sun came up. Look at this, guys. These 3 in a row here. Definitely some odd signs with the sticks stuck in here. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? But then thirdly, you look at this one and you can actually see the prints of who made it right in here. There's a good one. The heel right here, the big toe here. Another print right there, clear as day. So anyway, pretty obvious who's doing this stuff. And I mean, there's tons of stuff. I haven't even looked at this yet, but there's a tent stake. That little grouping. Look at this with all the shells around the circle right there. Look at that. The shape here. Another one dug out with a lot of shells in it. There's one more I'll walk to, and then we'll go back to this structure. Dug out very deeply. Stick placed on top. I don't know, this could be people though. You can see shoe marks on this one. So, kind of inconclusive, I guess, on that. You can see this log's been moved. Well, maybe humans were digging in the sand and then they wanted to come and emulate and play also. But regardless of whoever did this, I don't think the people did this. There's also a piece of the same water wing that's incorporated over here. There was a little ripped piece off of this over at that other one over there that I just filmed, but look at the circle here. That is really awesome. And then a pile of little guys here. I don't know, maybe they just ran out of time. Maybe they just ran out of time. And the sun came up and it said, time to go. Check it out, guys. Got some hot air balloons rising up. It's actually a fairly common thing to see in the summertime. Around here I've seen a lot of them in Denver, but back to the structure. Very interesting. Look at this X. Actually, look at both of them. This is like an X. It's crossed. And then over here, the one that I originally saw that's big, right there. One other thing. Look at these. With the stick stuck into them. It's just, you know, possible. But some of the stuff is like undeniable, including this structure. So look at this footprint here. This is a good one. Mike just found it right next to these 3 in a row waterside, but pretty clear, pretty defined. Shows that mid-tarsal break really good with the heel and then the break in the front of the foot there. Little sandcastle here, but it's got that signature look to it. It's kind of hand fashioned, and then sticks, little sticks wedged in the ground. Nothing definitive, just little possibilities as we continue along the beach here. This is a bit different than you would see the average person make. You know, maybe it was made by somebody and then the sticks were placed after the fact, but just documenting as we go along the beach here. Sometimes they leave their footprints. There's a sign. I don't know if those are heel prints, if that's a toe and that's the front of the foot. Kind of hard to see any definition, but still pretty cool. Check this out. I see a lot of these and I'm like, you know, can't prove who made them one way or the other. But this one, it looks like there's a signature in there with the footprint. I could be wrong. It could just be there after the fact, but it's like the only footprint sitting here. Well, not true. There's some toes and some stuff there too, but I mean, is that who's building this? He's drizzling mud, playing with the water and the stuff all night, and then stomp, puts his little mark here, stomp, just so you know who did it. Pretty interesting. And then right next to that little print right there, tiny little thing next to this big barefoot right there. That's interesting. Toe heel on this one, then you got the baby foot right there. You know, so is that mother and child signature playing with this thing? Very well could be. And then this is super neat. This burnt stuff here incorporated with this root system, which I don't know where it came from. Hanging out here, got a little Y on top maybe, you know, just the interpretation. But I just wonder about Bigfoot and fire all the time, and I find, you know, examples of fire in their world, and then I just gotta fathom they might come across this stuff and do something with it. It just makes you wonder what was going on here, that this root system got pulled out and placed on here. I don't know. Another little drizzle spot, a little whatever it is. Looks like they put their toes right in here as the signature though, through the foot. So I think they're doing that. I think Bigfoot is reaching out and wanting humans to know that they're there. And that's been my experience going into the woods and looking for them. And when they know that you know that they're out there, things change. But they may be just leaving signs for people. Very interesting things to think about. All right, another example of feet placement. Look at this print, man, right here. Blatant, clear as day, right on top of here. As big as my foot. So, I mean, there's the right foot. Walking right through, trudging right through. They're just coming along the beach. Doesn't mean they built, you know, all this stuff, but they're definitely tromping all over stuff and leaving their signature one way or the other, and letting people know that they're here. It's another big print. Really cool stuff. Some ducks. Man, you really got to be a Bigfoot detective when you're out here and know what you're doing. But I got drawn over here because of this here. Another piece, just like the one on the beach. Roots ripped out of somewhere. Just came over to investigate. And then looking at this, I realized these are chestnuts. And there's one half. But this half, maybe there's been a bite taken out of it actually. So that's interesting. I don't know where there's a chestnut tree around here. Have not seen it, but I know a chestnut when I see it. So I'm like 99% sure that's one. They have a spiky outer shell that I don't see, but I'm wondering where this came from. And I find it very interesting that the Bigfoot might have been chewing on that. Check this out. Just this dugout little area here in this other little mud flat section where we're looking around at prints of various quality and age, etc. But there's tons of prints out here. You know, any of these mud areas, you're getting some really good captures. That skinny heel, you know. So I mean, you know who's out here stomping in the mud. It's the Bigfoot. So anyway, we're finding lots of evidence out here. But this is just something that was kind of similar to that. I called it the Skookum 2020 with the knees the other day, but I was hoping I would see something. But even so, kind of cool that that's been dug up like that. They're definitely messing with these roots. They're everywhere, and this one's been fashioned in a circle kind of, and there's some more right here just laid out, and then this one is made into an arch. So that's pretty cool that they're playing with this stuff, making these little creations for us to find. Look at these piles of shells here. And quartz. And if you don't believe, look at the footprint. Wow, look at this structure, man. Men and women. But look at this. Little hoppy friend there. Cattail Incorporated is one of the horizontal placements. Oh, pardon me, I got a hiccup. Dang, that is neat. And look at the feet. Look at the feet. The signature. Does anybody see that? Signatures on That is really cool. Now, furthermore, here's that same Birkenstock print. Keep seeing randomly around here. Look at this pit. It's got the stones in it, dug out, you know, think what you want. This is a masterpiece right here. This is a masterpiece. You know, they only got like 7 hours to build this stuff. And somebody told me that there's people here at night fishing. They have a campground here on the lake. And so people could be around the lake at night and they're still down here finding little areas to build and walk around and all. It's friggin' amazing. But give you the view all the way around of this guy. Little headstone in there, a little headpiece, whatever that is, whatever the purpose of that is. But that is freaking beautiful. There's another one to the left that we'll go see here in a moment. But I want to focus on this area here, because not only is there that hole here and the structure and the footprints, but Mike said, dang, they must have had a party here last night, because something was going down. I don't know if they started a fake little fire pit. They got the circle there, you know, whatever they're doing, whatever they're thinking. This is part of the creation here. Alright, coming up on this for the first time. You can already tell this is a very interesting structure. It's got some cattails here. Mud has been used. Even though this is built in the sand, mud was brought in to use on the base there and there. Also, you've got this dugout aspect with the human wood incorporation there. More cattails in here. Just a lot of randomness put up. Intricacy. Cottonwood shred. Some was picked clean. We've got a little mixture of both. I'm not looking for prints. I already know who's around here doing this, but even that asphalt incorporation is kind of different. It came from up here, but I mean, there's more mud at the base of the structure there. There's his fingerprints. See the Bigfoot fingerprints in the mud? That's potential fingerprints of the creature right there. Wow. That is friggin' amazing. I don't know how focused that is. I can't see on the viewfinder. It's black. But I know this thing shoots good video. I'm counting on this being focused for you. Let's go look at the base of all of these. See if we can get any definition out of it. That was a good one right there. Not so much there either. Well, that's pretty cool. Seeing the potential fingerprints right there. look at this here. There's some char from an actual fire incorporated with this kind of fake fire pit looking thing with the tinder in here. So I'm always saying about Bigfoot and fire, and I think they're doing something with it. And here, I think this is an example. I mean, maybe they're getting all this after the fact and just picking this off, but they definitely have a fascination with it. But I'm sure they come across it too, but I just wondered if these were lit or not when they encountered them. I'm not sure that I could tell or not, but that's just an interesting little piece of evidence. And so actually from here I'll walk you right over to this other structure for the first time that we haven't seen yet. There's also these sticks lined up on the beach like this, which I would think would be them doing their little tricks and art and stuff. Oh golly, this is really cool. This is super, super cool. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be my favorite find of the day. Look at this, with the very fresh plant material that's been pulled out. You've got a weave adorning the top. That's beautiful. That's gonna be mine. Oh wow, that is awesome. Oh, this is great. This one is just making me super joyful. And there's some stuff on the other side that we're gonna have to take a look at too. There's a lot going on here, guys. Look at this, is dug out here, and then you've got the bungee cord wrapped around the bottom here. Okay, that is really cool. Then there's even this, which is like fishing string and stuff wrapped around, attached to this root, which is in the ground. So there's just a whole lot of connectedness there. And then this stuff up here is just looking cool, all that plant material. You've got some asphalt pieces incorporated along with stones, burnt wood, regular wood, barkless, driftwood is what it's all made of. But look here too. Look at the weave here. This is another weave. Wrapped around there. Oh my gosh, I want to come and be friends with these guys. Like, you know, this doesn't seem like a vicious creature when you see this aspect of Bigfoot. I'm not saying it can't get scary, but I'm just saying that human side of them is fascinating. It's fascinating. I'm blown away by this structure. I mean, the freshness of this, just all amazing. This part, amazing. This is so cool. Look at that vertical piece stuck in sand there. They don't got a lot of time to make this stuff, I'm telling you. Finger marks there. Something about this one I just love. All right, check this out. Got the foot signatures where they put their foot stomp into this whole sand hill, and this here has been dug out, log placed here, another little thing here, a whole string of moss right here, and looks like they put their little signature on this with a bunch of footprints. It's kind of interesting. The plant material. I guess it's not moss. Oh no, that is. Must be from there. Looked like thyme at first, but then I thought, where would thyme growing around here. So that is some water plant. But cool little find. Got this pile of shells here at the water's edge. Bunch of footprints in here. This is, you know, toes. Got another guy here. Couple others in here. Foot impressions. Just, they like the mud. I think they're stomping in the mud. There was this asterisk like drawn on. I don't know who scratched that in there. And then there were a couple of sticks placed in here like we've been seeing all along. Piece of human wood incorporation, but more scratches there. Which just makes me think maybe Bigfoot's doing it because of this being underneath the human wood. And this could be a glyph. Might not be. Look at this rock stack made out of asphalt. This has got to be a first. I've never seen this. That is really cool. Totally digging that. Loving my new GoPro camera. Takes good footage here, but just the close-ups. I gotta zoom in. I got my other one, but so far I've just been filming with this guy. But so not only do we have that rock stack there, this is stacked up here, placed, balanced, however you want to put it. The other interesting thing is there's mud on all of the stumps. Mud has been placed on all of the stumps. Haven't seen that before. Look at the palm print right there. That's going to be finger marks and palm marks right there as it's doing this. So imagine the Bigfoot's hand right on there. Pinky finger index, more than likely that's what it was doing. That is really exciting. That is really a cool thing. Put this guy balanced on there and this thing balanced here. It was just a really cool capture that I wanted to document. Look at this. It's like a little house. You got the shells on the corner, and it's got a roof, and it's got stuff on there on the floor. Look at them. They must understand how to drizzle the sand and the water together to do this, to get that structuring, that texture look. I mean, man, that is cool. That is like a little mini world right there, created by the Bigfoot. So creative, so humanistic.